work with large data sets, and these data sets are not just present on one computer, it is distributed across multiple nodes, and the processing is going to be done in parallel. The MapReduce normally consists of two phases. One is your mapper phase and next one is your reducer phase. And these phases normally occur in serial, that is the mapper phase followed by the reducer phase. So what happens in the map job? The map job normally reads a block of data and processes that data in order to produce a key value pair, which is nothing but an intermediate output. This intermediate output is given as the input to the reducer phase, which is going to generate a final output. So here is the block diagram of your MapReduce flowchart. So here you can see that there is an input, there are n number of mappers, and which are nothing but your map task. There are n number of reducers, need not be n number, there can be only one reducer all the time, and also you are going to get a final output. So the input is sent to the input is given, the input file, you are now going to process an input file. So this file is going to consist of some text. So this will be sent as an input to the mapper. So we need to understand that before the input goes to the mapper phase or mapper class, we need to understand that there are two intermediate classes. One is the input split class and next one is the record reader. So what is the input split? Normally we understand that it is nothing but the subfiles that are going to be generated from the input file, and the record reader reads one by one line from these subfiles and it generates a key value pair, which is nothing but your key, which is the byte offset, and the length, which is the value itself. And the number of record readers depends upon the number of subfiles. Suppose if there are 4 subfiles being generated from the input file, there will be 4 record readers as well as there will be 4 mappers. So one mapper is associated with one record reader. So similarly the other mapper will be associated with the other record reader, and so on. So finally you are going, so the mapper, a particular mapper is going to generate a key value pair. Similarly the another mapper reads a line of file and generates a key value pair from a particular record reader. So like that you are going to get the key value pairs from multiple mappers. And before it goes to the reduce stage, we need to understand that there are two intermediate stages. One is your shuffle stage, next one is your sort stage. What is the shuffle stage going to do? It is going to combine the values of a particular key. It is going to combine the values of a particular key. And what is the sort stage going to do? After combining the values of a particular key, the sort stage sorts the total key value pairs on the basis of your key, such that all these key value pairs are going to be arranged in the ascending order. And this will be the input that is going to be given to the record reader, that is going to be given to the reducer, and finally the reducer processes this data and gives you a final output. The final output is normally stored in a directory, and when you open the directory you will be finding one file which is called as a part R followed by 5 zeros, which is nothing but the file has been reduced and you are going to get a single output. So here we need to understand that the first stage in the data processing is nothing but the mapper class. So any class should extend the mapper class. So your class becomes the subclass of the mapper. And here we see that the record reader processes each input record and generates a key value pair. Similarly, this key value pair is going to be stored on a local disk in HDFS. Okay. Next one, for that we are going to have the input split, and next one is the record reader. Okay. So the input split, what it does, the large file is going to be divided into subfiles. Okay. And finally the record reader reads each line from the subfiles and generates a key value pair. So this input file, the input file is nothing, the input file is going to be divided into subfiles, and this subfile will be the unit of work for the mapper. So next one, you are talking about reducer. So what is a reducer? The intermediate output generated from the mapper is fed to the reducer, which processes it and generates the final output, which is then stored on the HDFS. And the final class that we are going to see is the driver class. So the driver class is the main component of the MapReduce job. Okay. So here we are going to have some configurations. What type of configuration or configuration settings? Like what is the name of the job? What is the name of the mapper class? What is the name of the reducer class? Next one, what is the output key class? What is the output value class? That is nothing but what is the output key class? What is the output value class? And also we are determining whether the job is successfully completed or not. So all this becomes a part of the driver class code. Next we are going to take a word count example. So here we are having a word count example. Say we are reading the contents of the file, and the file has the contents called as deer, bear, river, car, river, deer, car and bear. And we are going to perform a word count on the sample.txt using the MapReduce. So what is the word count? You are going to count the number of occurrences of a particular word, okay, in the file. So here you can see the scenario. You are having first one, you are going to have 3 lines of text, and this is the input file, and you assume that the three lines of text is splitted into 3 files, and I'm calling it as 1.txt, 2.txt and 3.txt. And what is the contents of each file? Every line itself. So we can say that deer, beer and river are stored in the first file, and the next line is stored in the next file, and the third line is stored in the subsequent third file. So how many files we are going to generate? 3 files. So there will be 3 record readers. Similarly, how many record readers we are having? 3 record readers. Means we are going to have 3 mappers. So that is the reason you can see there are 3 mappers in the third stage. So in the third stage we are going to have 3 mappers. So what the mapper does, it reads that line of text from that subfile 1.txt, and maybe there is a split criteria. The split criteria means how these text is stored in a file. You can see that the text between the 2 words there is a gap. Means the text is split, or you are saying the line is being tokenized. I can say this way, the line is being tokenized, or it is broken down into words. Okay, it is broken down into words. So these words becomes a key, and the value 1 is nothing but the value itself. So the mapper is going to assign a value of 1 for every keyword. So like that you are going to have the mapper job is to tokenize the line and assign a value of 1 for every word that it finds in the file. And before going to the reduce phase, as I already told you, there will be some shuffle stage and the sorting stage. The shuffle stage, what it is trying to do, it is going to collect all the values of a particular key. Going to collect all the values of a particular key. So here we can see that bear is occurring 2 times in the file. So what is the key there? Bear. And how many times it is occurring? 2 times. So it is occurring at 2 different places. So I am putting it as 1, 1. So the value here is going to be a list. Okay, and the key is the word itself. And later on, after the shuffle stage is done, you are going for the sorting stage. What is the sorting stage trying to do? Sorts the key value pairs in the ascending order of the keys. And this input will be given as this input is going to be given to the reducer. So as we know that as there are number of record readers, so there will be number of mappers. But in the case of reducer, how many ever be the number of mappers, the reducer's job is to reduce it to a single value. So therefore the number of reducers will always be 1. So here we can see that the same thing, whatever I have explained is mentioned in this slide. So we tokenize the words in each of the mappers and give it a hard-coded value 1. Then a list of key value pairs will be created where the key is nothing but the individual word itself and the value is 1. So for the first line, since there are 3 keywords, 3 key value pairs will be generated and a hard-coded value 1 is assigned to each individual word. Later on, the partition process takes place. In the partition process, what we are trying to do, we are doing the sorting and shuffling process. So what it is going to do in the shuffling process, it is going to collect all the tuples with the same key, and it is going to sort all the tuples, or it is going to send all the tuples with the same key to the reducer. So what is happening in the sorting and the shuffling stage? Shuffling normally collects all the values of a particular key, and sorting sorts all the key value pairs basing on the key, and this input will be sent to the reducer. So the reducer is going to contain tuples. Okay, so each reducer will have a unique key and a list of values corresponding to that every key. So for example, bear is a key, 1, 1 is a value. So what is the reducer trying to do? It is going to count the values which are present in that list of values. Count the values that are present in the list of values. So how many values are present for bear? 2 values. So the count becomes how much more? 1. So the count becomes 1 plus 1, which is nothing but 2. Similarly, the number of values present in the car are how many? 3. So the count becomes what? 3 here. So like that, you are going to count the number of occurrences of the unique words present in the file. And this will be the output which will be stored in a directory. So here we need to understand that there are 3 parts. One is your map phase, reducer phase, driver code. So basically, when you write a program in the MapReduce, we need to understand that there is always 3 sections. One is the mapper code, next one is the reducer code, next one is the driver code. So as we know that every class extends the map class. Okay, every class extends the mapper class, and there is a skeleton for the mapper. That is what type of input it is taking, what type of output it is sending to the reducer. That is which becomes the input to the reducer. So as I told you, you have a long writable, text writable. So we need to understand that as we have the wrapper classes present in Java, like integer, float, double, string, these are all the wrapper classes present in the Java. So in case of your MapReduce programming, long writable, it is analogous to long, int writable, which is analogous to int, text, which is analogous to string, are the wrapper classes present in the MapReduce programming. So here, what is long writable comma text? We know that the mapper phase receives the input from the record reader. So what record reader does? It reads one line from the file, from the sub file, and it has 2 parts. Key value. What is the key value there? One is the byte offset, next one is the line. This will be the input to the mapper. So as I told you, byte offset is nothing but a integer value. It is a value, it is an integer value. So that's the reason we have mentioned it as long writable. Text is the value itself. And what is the output the mapper has to generate? Text comma int writable. What is text? The keyword. And iterable is nothing but what? 1. It is going to assign 1 for all the unique keywords that it finds in the line. So we need to understand that the map, inside the map you have a map function. Okay, so here what is written after public static class map is a user defined class, but here public void map is a built-in function. Okay, so this function is present in the mapper class. So we are going to take now what the map class has to do, what the map function has to do. It has to generate a key and a value, and this will be stored in a file. This will be stored in a file. So that is the reason I am making use of the context, which is used to write the key value pairs to a file. Okay, so what am I trying to do? String line is equal to value dot toString. So it is converting, because the value is in the, what is the data type for the value? It is a text. Okay, ma, the value is the value belongs to the text data type. So if it has to be processed using the functions in Java, we have to convert that particular text to the string form. So that string, to convert it into string form, we use the toString method. So string line is equal to value dot toString. And once we are getting the line, we are breaking that line into individual words using the string tokenizer. And this string tokenizer is a collection. It collects all the words that are present in a line. And then you are making use of a loop to read one by one word. Okay, one by one word, and assign a count of 1 to every word. Okay, and this process is repeated until it finds that there are no more tokens present in that line. So here you can see beneath there is one key and a value. The key, the long writable, which is the byte offset, and the value is the line itself. So the key is nothing but the offset of each line in the text file, and the data type is long writable. The value is individual line. The value is the individual line whose data type is text. And what is the output? The key is the tokenized word. We are going to get a token. A token is a substring of that line. Okay, as word in that line, I can say. And we are going to have a value 1. And what is the data type of 1 with respect to MapReduce? It is int writable. Okay, so that's the reason we are having dir as 1 and bear as 1. Next, when it comes to the reduce, this reduce is a user defined class name, and reducer is a built-in class, and reduce here, public void reduce is a built-in method present in the reducer class. So again, what is the skeleton for the reducer? Means what it is telling, text int writable. So it is going to take the key and the value as the input, and it is also going to produce a key and the value as the output. So here you are going to take what this text is the key. Suppose say bear. What is the value? The count of all the ones. Okay, the count of all ones. The number of ones. Okay, ma. So the number of ones. So it is going to have a list. So here text int writable. So the int writable is nothing but a list of values for that particular key. And the next text is the keyword itself, and int writable, the last int writable is a reduced value. Okay, so here we are going to count the number of occurrences of the unique words. So we are taking sum equal to 0, and we are taking an enhanced version of the for loop. So for int writable v. Okay, so v is a object of type int writable, and what we are doing, what is values? The list of all containing all ones for that particular key. So sum is equal to sum plus x into get, x dot get. So as I told you, x is an object. X dot get means it is going to get the first value from the list and add it to the sum. Initially the sum is 0, so 0 plus 1 becomes 1. So sum is 1. So again it goes to the for loop, receives the second value from the list, which is again 1, and adds this value to the previous sum. Since the previous sum is 1, so the 1 plus 1 becomes 2. So sum is 2. Suppose the list consists of only 2 values. The number of values present in the list is 2. So the loop will be iterated 2 times, and for the particular keyword you are going to create an object of type iteratable and store the value inside that object. So the number of ones, how many ones? 2 ones. So 1 plus 1, 2. So sum is going to be 2. For the particular keyword, let us say for the particular keyword bear, the number of occurrences of that particular word is going to be 2. So it is going to write this output into a file. This file is going to be stored in a directory. Okay, the same thing is explained here for you. The next one is a driver code. As I told you, it is going to have the configuration settings. That is, what is the name of the job, what is the jar class name. So we need to know that in order to run the MapReduce program in Java, we have to create a jar file, and this jar file is a collection of all the classes. So set jar by class, word count dot class. What is the mapper class? What is the name of the mapper class? We have seen public, static, class, map, extends mapper. So the mapper class name is map itself. Reducer class name is reduce. And what is the output key class? Output key class is the individual word. And what is the data type of that individual word? In Java we call it as string, but in case of your MapReduce we call it as text. So it is text dot class. And what is the output key value class? It is a reduced value. The reduced value is again what ma? It is an integer value. So in Java we call it as integer, but here we are calling it as what? Iteratable. So iteratable dot class. And moreover, in order to run this program, we require 2 files. The input file, which is going to be present, which has to be passed on the command line at the time of executing it, and we have to give the name of the output file. Okay, the output file nothing but the directory name in which the values are, in which the output is going to be stored. So that is the reason we say file input format dot add input path. Add input path of job comma new path of args of 0 means we are going to specify the file name which is stored in HDFS. Okay, so it is stored in the HDFS, that name of the input file name. And next one you are going to have the file output format dot set output path of job comma new path of args of 1. It is nothing but the name of the output file. And job dot wait for completion of true. So we have to see that the job has been completed successfully or not. So the return value, if the job has been successfully completed, it is returning true. So when you are running the MapReduce program, we can see that finally we see one line, the job has been successfully completed. So it is going to return a value true, students. Okay, so this is what we have understood about the code. So in the driver class, we set the configuration of our MapReduce job to run in the Hadoop. We specify the name of the job, the data type of the input and output of the mapper and reducer. We also specify the names of the mappers and the reducer classes. The path of the input and output files are also specified. Okay, and all this normally we may be having a number of classes, but there should be one class that has to be started, which is the main class. And so main is declared as a static. So all these functions, all these classes that we are writing, all the classes that we are writing, like public static class map, public static class reduce, they are all defined as static methods. They are all global methods, so they need not be called with the help of the object. Okay, so this is about running of a flowchart of your MapReduce and running of a word count job. Okay students, so today I am going to end my session here. So further we will be seeing in detail about partitioner and combiner.